Alright boys, so set 3 ended up dropping, and today we're going to be talking about the fastest way to finish the brand new set 3 collection in MLB The Show. So it's a big collection. It's going to be a grind. A couple of things though is this is easier than the set 2 and set 1 collection, and I'll kind of talk about a little bit why, but it's just a little bit easier. Not like crazy easier, but a little bit easier, so that is good news. Before we get into the fastest way to finish it and how I am going about it right now, make sure you guys drop a like and a sub. We are like 150 subscribers away from hitting 10,000, so if you can just hit that sub button, I'd really appreciate it. Let's get right into it. If you guys want cheap stubs, make sure you guys go to u4gm.com. What they will end up doing is all they do is you give them your ID, their password, they do it all for you, and then you just put in my coupon code for Brady to get 5% off your purchase. Link will be in the description below. So first things first, you can kind of see the squad right now, and you can see that I have a lot of the set 3 lineup and the monthly awards Shohei Ohtani, which I ended up grinding last night. And so the first thing that I would recommend doing whenever you're going after the set 3 collection is a must-have. It is finishing the monthly awards program. So the June monthly awards program, I ended up getting it done. I made a whole video on it. If you haven't seen already, you can just click on my channel and watch this, but this is the fastest way, and this is how I ended up doing it, is by, I just basically, all I did is I did the moments, and I took the cards that I earned from all of this, and I played the Conquest for the, I believe it was the East. I did the East Conquest, and I ended up finishing this last night. It was kind of a grind, but it wasn't horrible. Let me look at which one it was real quick. Yeah, it was the East one. This wasn't that bad. It was a little bit of a grind, but I got it done, and I ended up using all of the monthly awards players. And then I did this a little bit too, is I took some of those monthly awards cards and I took them into the event. I still think the event is something that you guys have to get done. I'm 5 wins through right now. I got the Will Smith. I'm holding on to him because I'm going to collect him, and he'll be an okay bullpen guy. I'm probably going to put him in there and see how he does. But he's nothing crazy. Another thing that you're going to want to make sure you do is take any of these rewind players if you didn't have it. But getting these players is going to be huge. You can sell the Jim Edmonds. That's one thing I always say, is that the late card that you get from this, you could sell a Jim Edmonds. It's just that it is one card, but for 50k, that's not necessarily a bad trade-off, especially if you did it now, because this card's going to fall in price. It's going to be like 25k, and if you don't get them right now, it's okay, because you're going to be able to get the rewind pack the next event, which will be in about a week or so. So you're going to be able to get this card no matter what. So it's not like necessarily something that you can that you have to worry about. Usually I sell the worst card, I keep the worst card and I sell the more expensive card. So this one's going for 50k. I would sell him, and I would keep the Will Smith, and then in the next rewind pack I would just take the Jim Edmonds. So that's kind of one way to make stubs. The set 3 collections, it's just something that's so amazing that we're gonna have to get through. It's really great. The Adley Rutschman is in game. I think that this card's crazy. Ronald Acuna is crazy as well. These are both unreal cards. I'm not too huge on the Martin card just because he's a pitcher, and I know he's a two-way, but like, why not just use a DH with better stats? With the captain's boost, he wouldn't be that bad. He can play any position in the game at 90 fielding, so that helps him a little bit. I just don't think that he's one of the better two-ways, and so I don't really think that he'll make my team. But Ronald Acuna and Adley definitely will. They're both very, very good, and they're unreal. They're actually unreal. So I'm going to have these guys on my squad for sure. On top of that, I really love Austin Riley cards. They are so fun for me. I just rake with them, so I have to get this Austin Riley, and those stats are crazy. Absolutely crazy. Jackie Robinson's also sneaky. I think this might be the best Jackie card we've gotten in a very long time. He's very, very good. Just really good across the board. I mean, he plays diamond defense at shortstop and has really good numbers. So he'll probably make my team. I'm not really too excited about any of these guys. Like Hilton Smith, I think is kind of okay. I don't know if this is the guy with the outliers. No, he's not the outlier slider guy, but I want to try that guy for sure. And Alexis Diaz just doesn't have a really good pitch mix. But to grind this set 3 collection, this is going to be how we are going to be doing it. Okay, so the first thing that you guys are going to want to do is you're going to want to go up to create, and you're going to want to go to Stadium Creator, and you're going to want to download the Hattie RTTS Glitch Stadium. This is the best stadium in the game. It's going to help with your parallel XP. It's going to make it to where you're going to get these done ASAP. So you're going to want to make sure that you have this downloaded. If you're on old gen, you're going to be fine. It's not a big deal, but the main way we are going to be grinding this is going to be grinding through the single player mini season. So I started a mini season. I'm getting there. I believe that we're 4-3, so I quit out of the games that I'm not home, because you don't have to play all of these games. So quit out of the games that you are not home. It's going to make it a lot easier, and you're going to play less games, which is going to save you a ton of time. The only things that we really care about is we play every game on rookie difficulty, because we don't necessarily care about some of these packs, and you're going to get a lot of good packs. But it's something that you're going to want to do. It's going to make the games a lot easier, and it's going to help you guys to where you don't have to lose any and play an extra like 6 innings throughout the whole program. You're still going to be getting like 25 packs at the end of each season. I believe you have to play around, it's like 15 games, so it's 15 3-inning games. So that's not that bad, and you're going to be getting the vouchers. One thing I will say, though, is before we do the Team Affinity grind, and with every single one of these Team Affinities, whenever you press on a new game and you're playing at home, you're going to want to play at that Hattie Stadium. But before you do all this on the Team Affinity mini seasons, there are certain things that you're going to want to do first. For example, the conquests, like the conquests for every single one of them that I got one of them done. I'm still grinding it, but this is what I did to start yesterday, and so I will have the affinities done, the conquests next. But after you do the conquest, you want to do the showdown. I know that a lot of people struggle with the showdowns. If you do, they did make it a little bit easier, but just keep going. It's really going to help to get these done. Whenever you finish a conquest and the missions and a showdown, you're going to get your first card. And so you're going to get your first card. So for me, that's going to be like D. Gordon and Joey Gallo. Those are going to be really big guys that I really want on my team. Other than that, I'm not really too excited for a lot of this program. But all these cards are for the set 3 collection cards, which I am very excited about. So you are going to want to make sure that you have these done. Another thing I will say about whenever you finish all of these is whenever you're grinding the mini seasons and you're going throughout these games, you're going to be getting a ton of XP. Like, you're going to be getting a crazy amount of XP. And one thing I will recommend is every single time you start one of these new seasons, is I wasn't able to do it because it's the first mini season and I only had like 3 or 4 cards. But whenever you do the conquests and the showdowns first, which is how you should do it, I did it a little bit out of order and it kind of is going to mess me up a little bit. You're going to want to make sure whenever you get all of these henchmen, like for the AL East, whenever you get these henchmen, that you put these guys on your squad, like the Jason Giambi, and the classic card, I took Luke Voigt because he absolutely rails. But you're going to want to make sure that you have these guys on your team and your lineup. If you can get a full team of these guys, it's going to help you out, because every single time you get these guys in and get parallel XP, you're going to be getting captain stats XP. Like for the Jason Giambi, I'm 1 away from getting the homers one, which will be really easy because of the glitchy stadium I play at. Again, if you don't have the glitchy stadium, just play on Ship It or Chorus. You'll be okay. If you're old gen, you won't be able to grab that, but if you're next gen, you will be able to. It's a little bit of an advantage for next gen. I'm sorry, it's just how it is. But these classics, like these parallel XP, also give you 3,500. So Voigt is giving me a lot. I'm really close to that. I'll have that in like 2 games probably. And same with the Yarbrough, I'm like 1 pitching outing away. The pitchers are a lot easier to get the parallel XP with, but it's not that bad, especially with the created stadium. Like, you're going to hit home runs with anybody in your lineup, and so this helps. So all you got to do is basically do this mini season, play on the glitchy stadiums, and use those players that you get from this. And you put them in your lineup. So that's kind of the best way to go about Season 3. I would recommend quitting out of every single game that is an away game, just because, one, you're not playing on the easy stadium. I know a lot of these are high elevation stadiums, so it makes it easier, but it's just really, really helpful to play on that stadium. It's going to make it to where you get a ton of more XP, not only for parallel, but you're getting a ton of XP for the XP reward path. I believe I'm already at like 70,000, and I've only played this for like, I mean, not even that much, but I'm right around, yeah, I'm at 70,000 XP already. And so in like 3 days or whatever, I will already be up to the boss, pretty much. So I'm getting closer and closer, and I think that this is definitely something that's very doable. And the set 3 collection is easier. One way it is easier is because monthly rewards is a lot simpler to get done. They made it 100 stars instead of 150 stars. But this is kind of how I am going after mini seasons and how I am going after getting the set 3 collection done. I would guess that if you're playing it for like 2 to 3 hours every single day and I know that a lot of you guys aren't able to do that for what you have lives and stuff. But getting this done is probably going to take most people who are like moderate grinders like 2 to 3 hours a night. Probably 2 weeks, I would think, like a week and a half would be whenever we get our first guy from the set collection, just because you're getting the big start with like the monthly awards cards, and you're going to be getting a lot of these cards from either the event or just a ton of them from the Team Affinity program. All the classics and everything are all set 3 cards, and we already have some of these Tops Now cards that you can grind too. So I would guess like 2 to 3 weeks, but some of you guys, it might take a month. Some of you guys, it might take less. But I think that if I will be able to get done in about a week, maybe a week and a half, depending on how fast this grind goes. But it's an absolute grind. Like, it's going to be really hard. Getting all of this done is going to take some serious time. But it's going to be really worth it because these cards are the best cards we've seen. Like, Adley Rutschman's disgusting. Ronald Acuna is disgusting. I don't really care about this guy, but these two are amazing. And so I'm going to make sure that I grind to get both of these. So I'm going to make sure I get the 230 cards, and how I'm doing it is how I did it in today's video and how I am grinding. But if this video ended up helping you guys out, and I know that it helped out a ton of you guys, please take the time to drop a like and a sub, as we're getting really close to 10K. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to have tons of tutorial videos, updated content videos. So if this becomes outdated, I'll talk about what I'm doing in the future. But make sure that you guys are subbed with post notifications on, so you guys can see every single video on the fastest way to get these programs done. But I appreciate you guys watching this video. I'll talk to you boys later. Have a great rest of your day, and peace.